Hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing the most asked interview questions on Excel, and this topic is very important. Example, imagine you going to an interview and the interviewer says create a pivot table from this raw data, or explain VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP or HLOOKUP and why we use dollar signs in the formula. If you don't know the answers, the interview may end there itself. But after watching this session, you will confidently answer these questions and even perform them live. Imagine you are hired as a digital marketing analyst or a data analyst, and your manager asked to work on this data to find out which month is having more number of users and what are the month-on-month trends for this data. And also, he might ask you which channel is delivering more number of page views and so on and so forth. So you have to work on this and give him a report in 10 minutes. Okay, so let's first understand what is this data. So here we have almost 10 columns. The first column is a row ID, which means it's a unique identifier. Every row has a unique ID. If you see, we have almost 131k rows we have of data, and we have 10 columns. Okay, and this is month and year. As you know, month will be saved as a series. So first you need to convert this month and year. So you can come into number format and change custom, and you have English month and year in the custom format. You can click on OK and it will change into Jan 2024. Okay, and you have the year column where you have 2 years, 24 and 25, and you have so many states here. And we have the source and medium from where the user is coming. Through Bing he's coming from Facebook, he's coming from Google. So we have the source and medium, and we have the total number of users. So in January 2024, from New Delhi, from Bing channel, 13,000 users came. So this is the data, and out of which 13,000 are new users, and 15,000 sessions happened, and 4,000 engaged sessions, and this very number of page views happened. So this is the data. From this we need to find out month on month and quarterly and yearly performance. Okay, so here in the summary tab you have, so this is how we need to show the data. Suppose in 2024 we have the users data, and by state, by channel, by device category, by year, and we can also do multiple pivot tables. Okay, so this is how we need to create the data, the raw data. Now we need to understand one thing: what is a range and what is a table. Okay, what is a range and what is a table. So mostly in most of the interviews, they'll ask, before doing any analysis, why do you want to convert the raw data into a table? That is the most asked question. So the answer for that would be, when you create a table, it automatically expands and it has dynamic ranges, less number of errors, and clean structure. And also you can reuse the formulas, and you can understand which formula you used. Okay, suppose first we'll think about the range. So suppose if my range for this particular table, I'm just copying here, this is my range, for example. So my range is from N16 to W19. So this is my range. Suppose, so here we have sessions and engaged sessions. Here, if I want to find out the engagement rate, okay, engagement rate, the formula would be engaged sessions by sessions. So we would be able to see the engagement rate for these 3 rows. Okay, but if you see in the formula bar, it is saying V17 by U17. Okay, so it is giving you the formula for the particular column, okay, particular column and a row, V17 by U17, but you're not understanding how it is. So suppose if the ranges change, okay, the formula, you will not understand the formula and you cannot find out the issue. Okay, and also whenever you're trying to add information under a range, okay, so you need to again manually do a copy paste. Okay, and if you see here, when you do a copy paste, then only the engagement rate formula will pop up. Okay, this is for range, and it is not looking neat, and it doesn't have a headers. If you need a headers, again you need to use a filter, and you should use a filter. And if you want to have any design, you should be able to check and create a new design, or you can create colors, everything. You need to do it like a manual thing. But with tables, what happens when you create the data into raw data into a table? First, you can click anywhere and you can click Ctrl T. That is a shortcut for creating a table. Or else, what you can do, you can go to Insert and click on the table, and it will show you the range that is from A1 to J131362, and you have a dollar symbol here. What does the dollar symbol means? Means that particular row is locked. Okay, the A column and first row is locked. Okay, you have a dollar symbol on both. Okay, and also same with J column is locked along with the row number. So till here the information is locked. Okay, so I'm creating a table. Okay, so when you create a table, you see there are two important things you need to understand. Header, automatically you will get a filter and it will be the cleanest version, and also header, you will differentiate the header with the remaining, and also you'll have a filter button. Okay, and you see you can summarize directly with the pivot table, and if you want to remove any duplicates or anything, you can remove, and if you want to convert this into a range, you can do it. See, all these things you can do it. So that is the important of the table. If we use this table and we created a formula engagement rate to this table, okay, so it automatically expanded. If you see the color combination expanded automatically, and if you write the formula engaged sessions by sessions, again it is giving you the percentage. Okay, but here if you see in the formula bar, it is giving you exactly the header engage session by session, so that whenever you want to check the formula, you can do that. And suppose if I manually entered, okay, any information, like suppose I have manually entered here, right? So if my engage sessions are 100 and my sessions are 5, sessions are 100 and engage sessions are 5, the formula automatically applies to that cell. Okay, this is why we need to use tables. For the range, you need to just copy paste or drag it. Okay, here we can just update the rows and the information will be updated automatically. Okay, so that is the dynamic range and automatically expanding. In the same way, if I want to know the total users minus new users, recurring users, for example, recurring users. Okay, so suppose if total users minus new users are the recurring users, those are the repeated users. Okay, so here if you see the you don't need to do anything, you just need to do that. The formula applies to each and every cell and it will be automatic. Okay, and you have a chance of less errors. And sometimes when you are selecting a range, you selected like up to, like suppose if there is 100 rows information and by mistake you selected up to 50 rows, the information will come only for 50 rows, but with table it's not like that. So there are less number of errors, and as I told you, you can reuse the formulas again and again. Okay, that is the difference between range and table and why you need to use a table. Okay, so whenever someone asks you why you need to create a table for doing data analysis, you should be saying that it is best for doing pivot table, and also you will have less number of errors, you will have like clean structure, and it is auto expanding, and it's also dynamic range. So whenever you want to add more new data, with range it is difficult, you need to do again manually, but with the table it is done automatically. Okay, that is about table and range. Next we will discuss about lookups. What are lookups? Lookups and what kind of lookups are there? We have VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and XLOOKUP. Okay, so first we will try to understand what is lookup. Lookup means to search something. Okay, suppose in this raw data, if you see, we have year, we have state, we have month. Okay, here we do not have any clicks informations. Okay, but we have clicks information here. Okay, so and we have unique ID like row ID we have, and we have in same in our raw data also we have the row ID. So we will map these two to get the clicks here. Okay, so clicks, you're typing clicks and again it will auto expand. Okay, we will use the VLOOKUP formula, VLOOKUP of, and you need to open a bracket. It is asking for the lookup value. What is the lookup value? Okay, so our lookup value is row ID. We are mapping both with the row ID. Okay, so I'm clicking row ID 1, comma, and where is the data? Okay, the data is in row ID and you need to select the range for it. Like suppose where is clicks? It is in 12th column. So we need to print this value. Okay, so this is the table array. So this is the array and this is the column index number. Column index number means the 12th column. We need to print the 12th column value. So we'll drag it till down. We'll just put a comma and use 12. And again we need to put a comma and it will ask you whether it's the approximate match or an exact match. Okay, I just want an exact match. Either you can do false or else simply you can write 0 as well. Okay, 0 or 1. It's up to you. Okay, so I want an exact match. So I will click on 0. Okay, so then automatically from here we were able to get all the clicks data with using a formula. Okay, this is very handy. We need to understand what is a VLOOKUP. If you see, you'll have, if for any formula you need to put equal to V. Okay, VLOOKUP means vertical. Okay, you'll open the bracket, you'll find lookup value. What is the lookup value here? We have two row ID common in both the sheets, so we'll click on that particular value and we will use comma for everything. After lookup value there is a comma, right? That is the formula. And table array, where is the table? Here is the table. Okay, and from here we need to start from the row ID because this is something which it maps. Okay, and it is still clicks are in 12th column. If the clicks are in 11th column, we will print 11. Okay, so we will use shift control and downwards and we will select everything, and this is the 12th column, so we'll put comma 12 and we will use approximate match or exact match. We'll use exact match. Okay, so what happens there? Automatically the values in that particular sheet, we were able to bring it to this sheet. Okay, so suppose if I added any information in the lookup data and raw sheet, right? So we will able to get the same formula, and you can see here whenever you are using VLOOKUP, you will able to see how we did it. Okay, so that is about VLOOKUP. What is HLOOKUP? Okay, HLOOKUP. Okay, HLOOKUP is horizontal lookup. Okay, if you see in the lookup table, so we have session source as Bing. Okay, we have direct, we have Google CPC, Google Organic. So for that session source, we are converting into one digital channel, because in paid we have Bing, we have Google Ads, everything, right? So we were mapping source with digital channel. So Bing CPC, wherever Bing CPC is there, I want to create a digital channel and I want to keep it as a paid search. And wherever direct or none is there, I want to put it as direct. So I am creating a mapping sheet. So this will be the mapping sheet. Okay, whenever you want to merge anything, you just need to click on merge. This is mapping sheet. Okay, so I will be using a horizontal lookup because this is horizontal, right? Previously we did a vertical. Now we are doing horizontal. Okay, so we will look into XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP is very important because for VLOOKUP we'll be doing vertically, and for HLOOKUP we'll be doing horizontally. XLOOKUP can come from left to right, right to left, top to bottom, bottom to top. It can work anyone, and it's advanced lookup. Okay, so right now we want to find out the device. So what we'll do, we'll try to find out the XLOOKUP. Okay, lookup value. Okay, lookup value is the row ID because unique in both, comma, and I'm trying to find out the lookup data. So what I will do, I'll just use this table row ID, comma, and you will be searching where in the device. Okay, and you will close the bracket and click on enter. Okay, that means you are just giving XLOOKUP. I want to map this with this, and you want to print this. Okay, so that is what you need to do, and your XLOOKUP values have been printed. Okay, so we have not added 131362. If you see here, we did not have 131362. That's why you are getting a NA, because we added that just for explanation. Okay, we will remove that. Okay, so we have added the XLOOKUP as well. So now our data looks like this. You have the row data, you have the month data, you have the year data, you have the state data, you have everything. Now we will do pivot table from this data into this summary sheet, like how we got the final table. Okay, so I have removed the data, so that's why it is looking like this, but I will show you how to do it. Okay, so what we will do, we will just, as you know, we'll summarize this with the pivot table. We'll create a pivot table. I want to see my monthly performance, I want to see my quarterly performance. Okay, so now I want the total users, I'll put it into values, new users, I want sessions, I want page views, and I want clicks. Okay, that's all. Okay, and I want it by monthly. So I'll put my month and year column here. Whenever you drag month and year, it will give you year, monthly, and quarterly. So it will give you month, year. So what you can do, wait a second, I'll see the row sheet. Okay, I'll delete this. I'll go to data, refresh all. It's my data. Okay, so now I got my year, month and year. Okay, remove field. I'll just try to keep month and year. So I'll remove this, I remove year. Okay, so now I have month and year. I'll just remove this and also have. Okay, so I have 2024 and 2025 data. So what I will do, this is at a overall level. I'll just merge this one overall data, and I can see from this Jan how many users came, how many sessions happened, how many pages happened, how many clicks happened. Okay, so this is my information. Now I want to see by state. For this, what we can do, I'll just include the slicers. Okay, why slicers? Because it is easy to read, because you can keep it in filter as well. But if you use a filter like this, you can see in Andhra Pradesh in January how many users came. Okay, and same with Chennai, Goa state. Okay, so we did the state slicer, and again I want to add another slicer where I want to see the device type. Okay, I want to add one more slicer where I want to see the year, or where I want to check the digital channel. Okay, this is digital channel, and if I want to see, I will try to see the year filter. Okay, so this is my data, how it looks. Okay, now what I want to see the month-on-month performance, whether the number of users increased, decreased, new users increased, decreased, or sessions increased, or I will also see it with the map as well. Okay, so first what I will do, I will just try to add total users again. I will add new users, I will add sessions, I will add page views. Why I am adding 2 times, I will let you know. I'm adding clicks. Okay, now this is clumsy, right? So we'll go into settings, click on area section. Now we will map everything. So total users and total users 2 should be beside. Why? Because right now I want to see the percentage growth. So right click, go to show values as percentage difference from previous, then click on OK. So it will show me from Jan to Feb, it decreased by 5%. From February to March, it decreased by 15%. So it is giving me what's happening. Okay, what's happening at a month level, which month performed better. Okay, if you see here, you can see from August it has increased by 36%. You can know. Okay, you can change this name as percentage total users. Okay, click on OK. So you know this. Okay, similarly you can do it for sessions as well. Sessions you can drag and drop, you have sessions also. You can do the same, show value says percentage difference from previous. Why previous? Because it will do the percentage calculation from January to February. Okay, again you see August has a good amount of increase in sessions. Okay, and same with new users, so I'll just keep these aside as of now. Okay, so whenever you want to go to pivot table, just right click and you can click on show field list, it will show. So now you have new users. You can do the same with the new users as well. Show value says percentage difference, previous. Okay, so here if you see, show value says percentage difference from previous. Okay, so from here you can see that users increased but total users decreased. Okay, so we can do it for pages and clicks as well. So we'll remove clicks for now because the video will become lengthy. Okay, last we can do is for sum of views. Okay, so what we will do, again right click, show values as percentage difference from previous, it will give you numbers. Okay, so now you have the numbers. Okay, so now what happens with this information, you can analyze the data. Okay, suppose you want to analyze data in Andhra Pradesh and you want to see direct channel performance in desktop in 2024 year, you will know in January how many users came. Okay, and if you want to see an organic search in mobile in 2025, you want to see in Chennai, you can see it. That is how you can use pivot table to create reports. Okay, this is at a monthly level. If you want to do it at a device level or to just copy paste. Okay, pivot table, what happens here? Show field list. Here in place of year we can take device type. Okay, so now you can also see, in 2025 mobile performance. Okay, you can see that, and these filters, you can use these filters as well. So if you want to see in mobile what happened specifically, you can see. If you want to see it at a digital channel level, you can copy paste it and you will put you'll copy paste that and you'll see the show field list in the rows instead of device type. you will keep digital channel. Okay. For organic search, what happened? Okay. And if you want to remove the filters, you can do it by just clicking here. Okay, you can decrease the size if you want. You can do that so that your data will be visible. Okay, and I deleted everything so that here if you see in this pivot we created, it is giving you channel for 2025 direct channel by monthly. Okay, organic by monthly, so that from this data you can analyze all the information which is needed. So pivot tables, slicers, VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, cell referencing are very important. Creation of a table, these are very important from the interview point of view, because these will be asked again and again in your interviews. Okay, thank you.